Hello guys, welcome here into my channel, Let's Nerd Them All. I am Almog Salazar and today we will continue to read Homestuck. We begin with a brief resume of the last video. We see how, wait one moment, where is the our map about Homestuck in order to do map. Okay, we are more or less here, maybe in the middle of these two acts. We are about to finish, and then there is Act 3, and then the intermission. That is, it will be done in a video or maybe two. I don't know how much it is long. So I have to see what happened in the page before. Okay, I remember. Dave and Rose helped John to understand how the game is working. And Rose made the second walkthrough of the game in order to know if some people will play in future, how the game works. It's an app. It happened. It, I wanted to tell that not important happened in the last video, except of the Nana sprite that told a very big piece of lore. Even she couldn't tell more of the continuous war between good and evil that is changed with John entering the game, because before that the war was at a stalemate, and now nope, because as I told you before, John entered in the game. And obviously, we have to see what happened in this war. What will happen in this war if obviously John continued to play, and maybe if even his friends will play the game and will enter in future, maybe they will. Okay. The page begins with this this mini GIF, here in future. But let's not get totally carried away or eyes. That's about a page like I only be getting the nectar of wisdom. Typically human. Please, thank you, you're welcome, good day, how do you do? Splendid, and you? Gratification. Further courtesy, favor mutually cured. That is not usually done in a human way, because we human are stupid. Absolute vesting for the digicit cantelverted. I can't read very... I can't read because it is curved, and what? Is there no ST? Everyone is polite. Okay, go on. Oh, speaking about, speaking of which, about the game facts walkthroughs. Rose happened to have written an order. I can take as much as you like for comprehensive documentation. For what is what I've managed to collect so far. More capture forthcoming. I can click. Okay, we can click here. Co-player journal assesses environment after traditional to medium transition. Sorry, fully by sprite sans kernel prototype once pre-hatched. This is the first kernel with the prototype without the prototype of nasce. Completed uses in this form. Separate from suburban rhythm. Also remain miserably powered. Convenience presumably facilitated by a game which perhaps dreams navigating a powerless house to handicap less in keeping with spirit of game principal statement of challenge. It told us that maybe the games is powering the house of John because now is without electricity. Is powering up. Internet connection remains stable as well. Will likely remain stable until the internet size is compromised by some external threat. Something like, oh, let's say hackers. Okay, internet is working as well. Kill monster, get grease built on the house. That's the game. Okay, this is a walkthrough of the game. I didn't know what the point of this was at time. From the entire and error of exhibit. Yes, obviously you have to do trial and error in order to know how how the game works. You should attempt at the tier 2 prototyping. Knowing what I know, I might have avoided using a back-breaking vague mechanism for practical jokesters, rife with antiquated lexicon and racist aphorism. Either that or might have tried harder to succeed. When I screen capture before I lost my internet signal for a time. I don't know what happened thereafter, but when I returned, the car was nowhere to be found, and the driveway plateau was in a state of despair. The mystery will they ever choose? But we know what happened to the car. The car fall in the void. Have fallen. Sprite prototype once more with grandmother remains. She threats Johnson for exposition in a friendly and a maternal manner. Co-player has displayed in its capricious behavior since arrival, stress related. Contract a virus indigenous to realm. It should be noted he was kind of a weird guy anyway. The design is okay. Design is deployed. Still no clue what it is that at mercy of co-player foolish presentation tendency. Thank you, Rose. Agrees to play load from slave phone. Whether they deal the damage or co-play does, yield is same. Though you have a significant advantage in battle, taking Misuris into my own hand, the price John of hand-to-hand combat experience, which ostensibly will become more critical later. Building the point, building upwards the point, sharpen and directional. Steed. Steeds, what steeds? As the whirling homina remains, is there sensitive here alert as a flame in your every fiber? Hearing the familiar tone from above rolling on one accord you strain your bronze chest and hooves are barely touching the ground, turning to three lines, cleaving the hair and inspired by God of its rush wrongs. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck is doing here. Another one of these things, really, Egbert family, really? What the fuck? Avevo kidnapped the father room. I can see in here for some reason. Perhaps it's because John himself has never entered in this room. It's possible that I can see only in a sense what John can see. Or I've seen really. I have not found the time to discuss with him yet. If he entered the room, the question may be answer itself. Okay, the walkthrough is finished. Consider laptop of John's room. Okay. Continue. Continue. Show Pastor log. Ladder seems to be a bit cheaper than stairs. Yes, it seems so. It is unfortunate, I guess. What are you talking about? Okay. But it's been a pleasure, nonetheless. Thanks for courtesy. It's not really necessary, but thanks anyway. Oh, but thank you. Okay, thank you so very much. They are favorable small primate. I shall take my leave now, John, until next time. Wait, where did all this sweet loot come from? And why is there suddenly a crown pot on your head? Oh, finally, John examined the design is. Sorry, I was drinking. Feeling especially economical with your behavior suddenly, you scoop up all the grease in the room and turn your attention to punch designs in one fellow swoop. The device featured a countertop station design with a keyboard set up, not like an old-fashioned computer. There is a blinking red light and a diagram hatching the tunnel. Rose answer, Dave. Oh, Rose with Dave. Okay, wait, hold on. Why am I getting this stupid game for you? You are the one who should be wrist deep in puppet ass. What is the specific problem? The problem is I am to my goddamn neck in fucking in a fucking puppet dunk. You know, you like the mannequin dick, accept it. Thank you, Rose, thank you. What the fuck? I am I am a Roman chaffing Reagan gods. Why? Reagan down the puppet palace? I'm a semi-long course Kermit cock in the bane dragged across my hungry fist. Let put this in perspective. You pat with the puppet prostate because you love it. Also, course is a good word. You don't seem to harbor any sympathy for the fact that I burrow fuck deep into lively fabulous map at the buttock. I'm reaching the terrible second at the epicenter of my own personal holocaust of twitching from my noses. What the fuck is going on? It's like a fucking apocalypse of Percy pro bullshit here, like the pro boss. What? Thank you of strange words, Homestuck.
Proboscalypse.
Thank you. I guess. Are you going to start rapping about this? What? No, listen. Prong of flesh birth at home, fondosaurus tweaks of class of foam. No, oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck, appreciate your thoughts, eclipse. I paint the pair of present lips, but the true kiss to steer the air, that it is the trough on the Roger air, and the true face flushing over feet, as nagging implosion glove be feet. Oh, Dickinson, if you can't shut your perfumery tap off for a half a second, this is serious, I'm just saying. If I see one more soft bulbous button bang like a kind of jutting one of impudent or whatever, I'm gonna fly off the hand and I'm gonna do some work about if I can. Oh, sorry. Pirouette off the hand of Windle, Archimedes of some shit. Then let's hope there will be a squish in the rear somewhere below the back of fall. You flip over the top card containing your Pogo ride. Anytime you capture something, a new code appears in the back of the card. You always wonder what the code was. Okay. Down these things are hard to read, but then you are never really found any reason to decipher them. Until now, perhaps. John examine the first side of our card in Stripe Specibus. Looks like card for your Stripe deck have codes too. You enter the code DQMMJLAK into the keyboard. At least you think that's what the code is. The lights switch off and a green light begins blinking. Start card. Okay, what? Type in NZ 7 UN6 BE8 I. I was reading it in Italian. In the internet of due diligence, you enter the order code and repeat the process with that card too. Both cards are now punched with a different oil pattern. Attempt to retrieve Poco from card. Oh well, there should be a simple matter of it's all like it's trapped now. You don't see how you can access the item anymore or store a new item, therefore that matters. These cards are pretty much useless now, and the item they contain are too. But maybe all is not lost. Recalling from your experience with the pre-punch card, you may be able to use the card to replicate the item in question, assuming you got the codes right, that is. Meshkis endlessly. Not quite true with your cowboy empiricism you just get. You mash at the keyboard to generate a random code. You enter DSKJHSDK. What the fuck, John? Did the thing stop you? Stops you after X scratcher, which appears to be the maximum length for a code. The green light goes on, signaling its readiness for a card. Because it's readiness. You figure you might as well burn the shaving cream since the product is not exactly a premium in your household. You also figure you might as well merge the two cans onto one card. You are a little sad about your dad isn't around for this. You have a feeling you would get a real kick out of the idea of duplicating more shaving cream. I think. I guess. You punch the card with a pattern that is in no way related to the code for the item it contains. This should make for an interesting experiment. Mad science a lot of fun. I agree. Unfortunately, you just burned out the card in the process. Your deck is really dwindling now. Maybe you should have do this through a little better. What an alliteration there. On the plus side, you just freed up your PDA, which is overflowing with the pent-up chatter of next superstars. Oh, another jester like. But let's have some. That's really this is what there is to say on the matter. John, I'm about to throw a bathtub. Trophy your wall. Watch out. You're a bit late, John, in reading this. Show bester luck. What? That's so totally unnecessary. I made a shortcut up the foot. It would be a good idea to get up there and try the card as soon as possible. Also, you weren't being terribly responsive. You mean the stairs? These stairs? Man, look at these shitty stairs. They are so narrow. I'm supposed to climb those. They are perfectly navigable. I'm saving on grease for now. If you could keep laying forward, collecting grease and expanding the cake limit, we may not need to be economic with our resources in the future. I think it is sentences. It is obviously. It is obvious. Sorry. Shop Esterok again. So why didn't you just build a way up through the hole into my dad's room? Have you ever been there? No. Exactly. I'd rather not get sidetracked and more interested in further exploring the mechanics of the game than watching you discover what sorts of outlandish American decor your father keeps in his room. Oh, come on, what's the big deal? Just climb up and go right through. Will you? Yeah, why not? Are you saying you are never wondered that is in there or why it's being kept a secret from you? Well, I mean, yeah. Then trust me, you won't be going right and through. My voice is starting to get fucked up. Wait, are you saying that there is something like troubling them? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you see in there? I can see in there. Oh. But I don't have a very good feeling about it. Whatever. I think I can add a few more stupid clown paintings. I have a terrible feeling about that sentence. You swoop up the bountiful supply of grease generated by your player-centric exploits. From now on, it will probably go without saying that you will nab any grease lying around without making a big fuss over it. You check out the bust safe, which has made a noble sacrifice in a battle. Some of you have other odds and ends. What the fuck is going on? Because you are writing sentence with alliteration and similarities. Why? Odds and have spilled out, including some of the newspaper clipping and two rather hefty tomes. It is a fair bet that these books comprise at least half of the weight of the safe. Itinerant copy of Colin's Sacred Dumpty text of magical propriety and practical Japer. This one looks really old, perhaps an original printing. Could it be the same one involved with your grandmother unfortunate accident on your fateful day? Dad would never speak a word about it. But maybe Nana couldn't be so tight-lipped. You give a cursory perusal, it appears to be similar to your presenting, listing all the japes and the chicanery. Oh, sorry. Chicanery. Is the right pronunciation of this word?
Chicanery.
Chicanery, thank you. You have come to know and love. You capture the hit, thinking you may give it a closer look later. Examine contents of save. The Fatally Gents Shaving Almanac. Why? Why? You take a look at the other book. You are sure the dad thought this was a scintillating read, but it's look pretty boring to you. Maybe you crack into it someday when you are old enough to shave. Everything is this safe was obviously very important to your father. You wonder why he kept it look away from you. Something about him you will never understand. It seems he has been collecting scraps from the news over the year. These articles go back decades. Space rock knocks, local burps block off. Populace is oblivious to broader significance of events, assuming there is any, which there definitely isn't. Shortly after 4 a.m. today, a downpour of meteors in a residential neighbor became yet another addition in a pattern of recent rocky cosmological phenomena. The incident aside, the room, property damage and the loss of life was downplayed by authorities as not at all that big of a deal. Son, if you are reading this, it means you are now strong enough to lift the safe. You are now a man. As such, you are entitled to what is inside. I know you will take this responsibility seriously. I am so proud of you. Turn the card over. 024913. You guess this is the combination of the safe. This is completely useless because it's open. You guess there are these all zero on, or are they capital O's? Zero will probably be more make more sense of an empty card. You think? Capture the card. I think he did have wrong captchalog. It's all once. Punch card. Wait, John, before you punch that. Oh, I was about to say, if you first take note of the code, then remove the card from the card. You could have punched the blank one. You should have only burned one card instead of two. Oh, damn it, you're right, damn it. You are so stupid, John. Captchalog punch, captchalog card. Poor text. What? Take PDA. The two cards still at the inventory of dumb basis. Rip. Don't level up. Oh, the H ladder. I will read again the title in the H ladder. Green Tyke, Jude Squirt, Plucky Tot, Fidgety Hopper, Hunkley Biter, Chimpy Fry, Pesky Urchin, Inaper Cadet, Brave Sprout, Cool Buckaroo, Nif Pilgrim, Muppet of Destiny, Grandabout, Peep Squeak, Boy Skylark. I think it is a reference of Luke Skywalker and similar. Rumpus Buster, Lodestar Youth. Quello è un sacro level up for Sling the Imp. The Cron's source of new height of his edge ladder, reaching the rung of one man jump vacuum and the pockets 95th and 50 pound dollars. Chump change for the gentle aristocratic suffering colonel. The bathtub surgery Roykalind surpasses the rung. Archimedes aqua cradle processing directed to wound the wrong tuft jammer. The tube makes of Vitacol 99, yes, obviously $490. The tub basin capacity remains unaffected. A safe level up for Sling Deep. Item is leveling up. Okay. The safe was laying in battle. A great flaming nautical pyre carries in it of a Voltal. Thank you. Thank you. Voltal. Instead of Valhalla. Thank you. John, make you way up the stairs, fast. Thank you. Volt alla. This is the word of the video. Volt alla. You are not sure. They look pretty precarious to you, but you are very assured that they are perfectly navigable. Lad scramble. Lousy goddamn stupid stair. Ignore a little call and find the beta. Okay, we are with Dave again now. You wander over to the place where your bro creeps his with turntable gear. Man, that setup is sweet. You feel pangs of jealousy whenever you walk by it. Really cool jealousy, though. Like the kind where instead of getting all worked up about it, you don't actually give a shit. Thank you. One of your brothers' rather extremely expensive ninja sword is missing, though. You know that the drill all too well troubles are brewing. John, yes, they've take expensive ninja sword. What sword? They've exhibit to your brother's room. You approach the exit. There is something on the door you haven't seen before. Looks like one of your bro ironic comics has left for you to check out. What have I done? Animal? Please start briefing. Oh god, please brief. Of make believe time is over. Oh god, oh god, oh god. What will Nanny do to me if she finds out? No one can ever know. I have to hide in the body. But where? Think imagination. Erg, the one time I really need you. Click. Hello, Rob. I want to play a game. Oh no. Rip. Okay, some of this stuff, is just living around to get under your skin. This is obviously enough ploy of his rented siege of one upmanship to get your god. The same god you have been meaning to bled, like ironically, but that will stand. But that will still have to wait for a more appropriate time. You think he knows that deep down you feel like you are still not ironic enough to get stuff like this, and this is probably some weird gauntlet he's throwing down to see if you will get it. But honestly, you think this material is just like too ironic, and you just don't need to see this shit right now. Going to the kitchen. No sign of brewing here either. Well, aside from the absurd quantity of assumption stuff you live like around, it's a fireworks. They are fireworks. So, Dave transfer to like Spicibus. With an escalating sense of street, you think it's time to shift your katana to your Spicibus. You figure it is better to free up the card anyway, since you made 2 grams of this stuff. Dave get blender to mix. You guys bro stuck some fake blood capsule in that paper, pretty gross. You spot one of the bro mini water because nearby recording the incident. It seems you may have just been an unwitting accessory to some sort of greasy puppet snuff film. You are not totally sure how you feel about that. Dave Capchalug Buster Sword from behind the microwave. This might be the only thing in whole apartment that has bigger piece of shit than your own sword. You put in back behind the microwave it belongs. Poor Buster Sword. Set the blender to crush ice. It is just sort of bouncing around there. You are making a bit of mess now. See, like these hobbies are cool and all, as of guess he's got to put his shit somewhere. But what if you just wanted to heat up a burritos or something? This kitchen is pretty much useless. Grab those fireworks. You can blah blah blah. You capture all the fireworks the thing has to offer. You just know that they are going to come in handy. Why would they be in the sink if they weren't? Look like one of them is still stuck in the garbage disposal. Capture chance shurikens. You grab the shuriken. Hey, careful where you're putting stuff, especially if you're looking to turn your Citadix on a power keg full of sharp things. You put the box of fireworks back into the card 5 and prepare to start off, or card 3 appear into that settle that you guess. Take nunchaku. Take the nunchaku, once again grabbing without thinking ahead. Please look, capture the box again while adeptly avoiding the shooting and trap, which yourself set only moments ago. Dave, you are doing shit. You again round up the firewalls, attempt to regroup here. Dave capture each shuriken individually. You grab each shuriken one at a time, knocking on the nunchaku. But no worries, you have got a plan. You take the nunchucks, everything seems to be in order now. You have been badass to go with authentic Japanese names for each weapons, but sometimes you adjust to go compromise with this modus. You flip over your fetch modus and check out the back. You're not really sure why it is you're keeping these things so well. Who cares? Press the reject button. Oh. Oh, hell no. Not after all the trouble you went through to get that stuff situated. This is not potentially a very dangerous button. First, you program your modus with a Scrabble points of function, adding it to the list A1, B3, C3, etc. This might be a cool function to use, but it's like you have to empty your syllabus to select it. You are just not gonna do that yet. No way. Check the box, detect collision. Okay. Take the skateboard. And just what is this guy hype about? What is looking up there? You think you see one more soft buttons button being like kind of adjusting out the input or whatever you're gonna drive off the handle. You take the skateboard. You know you don't. A collision has been detected. You take the weld ride. Many European nomenclature is getting lamer by the by the minute. You take the power cord 5. Wait, no, not going to work. Take a new power cord. You take the battery pack, damn it. You take the battery pack 9 using the Y as a consonant. You're still a Dexter recruitant accepts. It's a tactic not really employed by Ashmap knobs, but you just don't care about that now. Besides, it's not like your bro is around to see. Oh, it has just Lil call again. You can never stay mad at him. Anyway, you have got to get his way rude anger under control. You figure out you out scope the fridge for some grub. This anger is so ill-mannered it will make a room full of snooty dowagers. Dowagers commits mass suicide. Open refrigerators. Oh. Oh god, more shitty swords. I see the gun blade of Squall Leonard, another piece of Buster sword, the lion harp, this one that I can recognize, the piece of Buster sword I just told, I see, I can recognize this one that is only a piece of a sword. Of course, you knew this wearing here. You are not even sure why you looked. If you wanted to keep any food of beverage in the apartment, you have pretty much go no choice but to hide the stuff away in your closet. Take swords. Then with it, you try to take the entire jumper from believing shitty sword you made yourself for. Looks like it works actually too. You can jump the jumper from believing shitty swords. You just meant very chili bombs. Wait, what are you going to in the reflection? Where the later the scammer of this time captured cherry bombs. You got you go for the cherry bombs unsuccessfully. After mulling it over a bit, you take the red spherical salutes. Take blender. Blender 2 is a pretty simple word and you can read it, tell that's not going to work. Instead you take the whirling blade picture. That's really a much better name for it anyway, you think. Activate garbage disposal. Stuff down Mr. Proper Guy into the garbage disposal. You're not sure what is happy about or what is looking up there. While you are at it, you dump the contents of a blender whirling blade pitcher into the disposal. But you suffer an unfortunate garbage disposal at the jam. You notice something in the reflection of something above you. Dave, look up. Hello, Dave. It seems it's the hatch of the crow place above your apartment browser. We see talking away, stacking away in there when he's busting out his rad stealth stones. He's so sleek that the dangling cord that never ever just less. Yes. You just know he's being ironic with these weird mind games. There is no way anyone could be serious about upping those shitty movies. Use the turntables and the cinder block to make a fort. It is a pretty sweet for you just made, and you are pretty sure your brother would agree. Under different circumstances, you might be high thriving over this ring right now, but rather than get inside and take care for a spin, you really just need to use it to get it to get up to that edge. Dave young cord. It is time to face your destiny, not going back now. Yeah, there was pretty much no way there wasn't going to be a bunch of puppets in there. Sure, Pastor Log. Oh. Okay, wait, hold on. Why am I getting this stupid game for you? You are the one who should be raised deep in the puppet house. What is the specific problem? The problem is I up to my goddamn neck in fucking puppet dong. You know you like the mannequin dick, accept it. Okay, we have already eaten another yes, we have already eat before. Um yes, because there is the okay, we have already read it. Bro, Roof now, bring a call. Where they doing this money? We're making this happen. You are now the other guy. John, take the wells and sheets from bed and make a tent. This is so much fun. It's just waste of time, yes, but so much fun. And John gave a totem Panchikovo Pogo card. You put the punch card and contain the Pogo ride in the slot and the carve a totem from one of Crucy Dowers. Repeat the process with Torque covers and Dowers. Use the card containing the code of the hammer as well as the one with the random code you punch over the shaving cream card for the hell of it. You carve the respective totem for the cards. Do same thing with a capture the card. You make a totem from capturing a card, pretty bare bones looking them if you ask. Correct totems. You stole the totem of Antinium. The alchemy requires one out of any type of grease to produce one card. You decide to use shale since it seems less generic use than build grease as on of now. You make a whole time bunch of them. Yeah, shop after luck. Well, did you just make all this? Yes, sweet, thanks. What did you do with all the blue wobbly ways looking things? I brought the totem out to the alchemizer to test them. I'm taking something into my own hands to save sometimes. Okay. You create a hammer at the expense of the units obliged. You make a pogo raid to minus 5 build one shell. Use the totem curve with the random code. You create a rocket pack with some random crap stacks inside. This looks like a cinder block, a violin, and a flower pot. The item have rendered the device completely inoperable. You figure you might as well put this piece of junk to use. Use an elite strategy. First, you grab a Harry Anderson wise guy by me, Mike Coveney, then the cards, and then you are reject PDA, then the book again to flush the card into your deck. Nice going. Turn on detect collision. You flip your H mode I, you find no such option. This is idiotic. John read a book by the wise guy. Henry Anderson wise guy from I can read. And so who is the wise guy? Blood loss in the big easy. Okay. New Orleans, 1977. The close-up room at the Magic Castle. What is mean? Little box that tended to fill up with so much smoke you'd swear someone was cremating a wet dop in there. In Walk Anderson, there is a much gets liquor to pause its journey from the table of to my lips, but I'll be the bastard love child of a listless octoroon. If that kid wasn't the cat to the swallow, the canary in a diaper like a hat. It looked like he was testing the tensile strength of his surrenders to the damn near light with a pair of cookie thumbs. I wasn't impressed, but I was a fuel somehow in many motion for another beverage is already steeped into polite conversation at the table held down by some notorious blues regulars. He had them in no time flat. They were melting butter in this glass ramskin. Whatever tidy yarn, it spun to win them over. I didn't catch a word of it. One of them laughed. Was angry, envious, maybe a little. Yeah, you bet I was. Anderson had one of those little wooden finger choppers that Mickey hates used to sell. The kind where the blade could be removed and clearly shown. It was a very convincing little guillotine that did not like a novelty store toy. Harry would get a guy to examine the chopper and then to cut a cigarette in half. Then he held the guy hands up and told this silly story. And the story, of course, was the artifice distraction for the guy and the audience while he worked his stuff with the chopper. What it would become that once his famous chopper trick was perfected, vaulting into fame, fortune, and a growing position in the television judiciary. With what became his signature aplomb, Anderson was in a moment of font of breath, pocketing goes, profuse apology and the rebouting determination. It is really amazing how hard it is to find a bloody sausage-sized piece of a guy on the floor of a room that dark and smoky. Impossible, I think we all proved. Just an impossible as blind, while Buttermilk Stubbs was going to find to work his trumpet tomorrow night without his twiddling fingers. Ah, you never really understood what Kevin in relation to Anderson was, or why he wrote this book about him. His ambivalent attitude toward your favorite magician is an anecdote always strike you as the little weird, and now be honest, you tend not to read much of the next in the book. You mostly like to look at the diagrams for old school tricks. Go on. Holidays. Haka, the howl trick. Oh. I have to read this shit. It is a perfect example of how Harry could ruin several decks of cards, waste everyone's valuable time, and if you love him for it, he was good at that. One day he'd be noisily emptied, sweet jacket pocket on the hood of his car in search of change from the meter. A clunky metal thing slid from the pile of a bunch of the sidewalk. As I retrieved it for him, I asked what he was doing with a hole puncher in his pocket. His fake light up the question. The question like he was an elf, and I asked him how he felt about climbing into the hollow of a big tree to bake some cookies of something. The two foot cinch ink height differential between us caused this comparison to enter my mind. A small crowd has had already gathered around even before it proceeded the first pack of an molested cat. How people seem to gather and how they even know that street performance is about to take place. I'll never know. It's perhaps Anderson's greatest trick, luring the marks like that. I wanted to ask if he was sure about it, performing in the broad daylight. He was used to working in dark rooms. It was usually the first thing out of his mouth when he would queer a trick I'm really more accustomed to working in a darker room than this, but Harry was excited. Had right butchered the first deck of a card with the hole puncher, and issued the first round of apologies to the crowd. These were like these primer apologies, the sort that got the folk loosened up a bit before the 7 course meal of ingratiation that would inevitably follow. He asked me for a fresh deck of cards, and I gave him one. The principle behind the trick in theory, as he explained to me later, was to punch holes in what appeared to be one card, but was in fact two or more together, hence the difficulty often added to squeezing in the puncher with his little elfish hands. Then using some coy maneuver with his thumb, temporarily concealing the hole while he slid the card beneath with his palm, the hole would seem to disappear or move another part of the card. Oh yeah, that's right, the old hole in the haystack, interesting enough. Pertaining to punching holes in the cards and making them disappear and stuff. Your answer were never really strong enough to make it is one word called the whale of all that well either, but actually it is give you an idea. You overlap the two punch card, the mask seems all the patterns. Poop gas in totem late. You curve another totem using a new combinated hole pattern. Oh man, looks like Rose made it like a million ham for some reason. Get all this shit out of the way you are about to make something sweet. You get the pogo hammer, practically with a new weapon. Bang, 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 bang. What did you do? I commanded the cart in the laugh tingly and make this. It is so sweet, man. Look at me go. I see. That's a really good idea, John. Nice work. Thanks. I got the idea from Harry Anderson. Woo! You know the show Night Court. No. Oh, well. Bottom line is awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Attack the nearest thing to test Pogo. Understand? Boing. You get a vicious written bouncing combo going to easily slay the imp in one blow. You and Pogo Ride are catapulted sky high in the process. Very fun indeed. Sweet catch. Pester John. Hey, was a pretty nice sweet catch. Save. Oh yeah, that. This is a pretty comfy. Why don't you just carry the bed around with me on it? Up to the gate up there. I can't interact with you directly or anything that you are touching. It seems it really results in moving you. See? Oh, lame. That game probably regards that as a kind of cheating. Anyway, thieving you.
Thieving.
Yes. Your free will and as an adventurer and the need of advancing by your skills and ingenuity, the server players just facilitators. Facilitators. Well, okay. All that scurrying around kind of a war? Enough. I think I'm going to rest here for a bit. Rose, can you keep the imps at bay, drop some stuff on them if they sneak too close? No, you should pick your hammer and defend yourself. What? Come on. I have an idea what the hell Dave is up to or if he any closer of recovering the game. There is some stuff I like to try in case it doesn't come through. Alright, just gonna rest my eyes here a second. John sleeps. Oh. It is an important video. Let's see. LOL. C'è qualche mio excuses. Okay. Looks like a sort of index documentation with the no results for partial card combination. This could be a convenient resource as you start to stumble on more useful card combination, but ever since John started punching cards, you have been completing other ways this item manufacturing system could be put to use. In particular, if you obtain the code for any item at your disposal, you think you could theoretically send the code to John and he could make it itself. That is, you can think of anything that would be sort of sending to him. Capture export server on CD. Eject the disk and capture the server CD. Oh god damn it. John, wake up. Another video. Oh, air. Diagnostic. Hey! Wow, there you are. How is your event going, John? It's okay, I'm making some progress. Rose finally connected again, so she's helping me now. Oh, thanks God. Thanks, that's good, sorry. I'm a bit dyslexic now, lol. Oh, but like, I don't think I'm actually saving the world here. Sad face. I don't know what I'm really accomplishing, but I guess it's not that. Well, I think whatever it is, it must be pretty important. Don't lose hope, John. I think it will turn out from the best if you stay positive. Just keep listening to your grandmother's advice. Wait one moment. I have to copy paste this email to my friend. Wait. Okay. Well, I think whatever it is must be pretty important. Also, hope him, John. I think it will turn out for the best and safe positive. Just keep listening to grandmother's advice, okay? Yeah, you are probably right, but I don't think I mentioned Nana told you, did I? I don't know, didn't you? I don't know, maybe you talked to Rose or Dave about it or something. Yeah, maybe that what it is. They are really weird and what weird when they talk to me about it, like they are always trying to convince me you have some spooky powers, but I'm always like, no, see, no, she seems like a pretty regular girl to me. But then when I think back, maybe what I maybe there are times when it seems like you know some things, Like maybe you know more about a thing than you are telling me. I don't know. Oh well, John, I want to explain lots of things to you. Something that I know, and just waiting. Waiting for what? Oh, John, I forgot I was messaging you about the meteor that fell near my house. Oh yeah, whatever happened with that. Sorry, I was listening an audio on WhatsApp. Oh yeah, whatever happened with that? Oh boy, well, it turned out he was confused about it, really confused. See, I guess I fell asleep for a while and lost track of time. That happens. Yeah, I know that. Tell me about it. Maybe you should like wear an alarm clock or something. Um, ooh. So what was the deal with the meteor? Well, it's hard to explain, but I know what it is now, and now I know everything going to be okay. So what it is, or is this just another thing you are waiting to tell me? Oh gosh, John, I really wanted to tell you all this stuff, but I can't yet. I think you needed to wake up first. Well, okay, not literally. Okay, maybe kind of literally. Stop being so confusing. Lol. Time for you to go, John. I think you have some company. You stick the program back into stealth space. We won't get ready to kill some more of this spectre leader. What's that? Rose, why aren't you dropping something on this thing? Oh no. You be the imp and quickly abscond the fuck out of there. This is what an waker adversaries do whenever things get too hot to handle, which is frequently. John, prepare for a boss fight. You stop being the imp because that was stupid and scurry over to your magic checks that you suddenly remember was on the roof. There are some things in here that would be good to stock up of the for a major battle. But it's like someone has plundered your chest. Is it outrageous? You are being amused. There isn't much room to maneuver on this sloping roof. Maybe you should consider making your way to higher ground. You go up there. Look down. You peek over the hedge. It really seems like a long way down to your yard, and easy to speak of whatever below. Hey, weren't you three off dangling what from that branch early? Damn it! Why do him got to be making off with sweet gear? Turn around. You are confronted with a pair of enormous paws. This is it. You have no choice but to wage a fierce rooftop battle. This is totally going to happen now, and could in a way conceivably be interrupted by a sudden shift of attention. It's no time. It's a time to do this thing. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. Okay, I am tired. Now we finish this live here and onto downloads. And we will see on Friday, no, on Wednesday, maybe on the last part of the of this capture. So we will see on Wednesday at 11 o'clock UTD plus one or GTM plus one, whatever. It's 11 o'clock AM on Wednesday. I will put the video on YouTube and in other channel, in my Reddit, in my Facebook, in my Twitters, and so on. Check it out. See you.